every year, as they prepare for the next year, they field test questions this year to make sure that they are valid and reliable. And field test items do not count towards your student score. So every year, for every test, no matter what kind of test they take, they field test items. Whether it's the ACT, the SAT, they always field test items for the next year. But those items never count for their score. Now, the evidence-based selected response items are two-part multiple choice questions that require students to complete both parts. The first part is inferential. That means the answer is not right there. They have to use information in the passage to get the answer. Or it's a key concept question related to the text. It might ask about the theme or lesson learned or something like that. And then it has one correct answer. The second part is evidence used to support this. So for example, if they say, what is the theme of the passage? And your child says the theme is responsibility. In this question, they have to find the evidence in the passage that supports that. Okay? Which means to get this one right, you have to get that one right. I'm sorry, I'm not used to this little touch thing. So, students, so this is a 2-point score. Part 1 and 2 must be correct to get the 2 points, and they only get 1 point if it is correct. So they will have some questions like this. And here's an example where they have a passage, long passage. They'll have part 1. So this one is the central theme. What's the central theme of the passage? And then part 2 asks them what 2 details from the passage. So then select 2 answers, bold, and it will only let them select 2 answers. So if it says 2 answers, it will let them select 2. Now if they only select 1 and keep it moving, then they will not get credit for this question. But it will not let them select 3 answers. It will only let them select 2. But they have to select 2.
What if they change their mind on one?
If they go back and just click it.
Oh, unclick the one they don't like.
And you'll see that when we get to the practice section. You'll get to do a hands-on. So, multiple selected answers, same thing in math, allows for more than 1 correct answer. Some of them, there are 5 to 6 options listed. The number of selections are limited to the number of correct responses. So if it says choose the 4 correct answers, it's only going to let them choose 4. It'll let them choose 3 and keep it moving. But it won't let them choose more than 4. Okay? And it's just giving students an opportunity to show fluency with math and or representation. And they get 2 points for all correct. So if it says choose 4 and they get all 4 right, they get 2 points. If it says choose 4 and they get 3 of the 4 right, then they will just get 1 point. Okay, and here's an example. Which expression is closest to the number? Part B, what is the total number of books? Students receive 1 point for each part. And then here's one where it says select 3 rational numbers whose decimal forms terminate in zeros. And they will be able to choose 3 of these answers. Okay? So the benefits provide scaffolding for multiple step responses. So now, in the past, with those 2-part questions, they had to get both parts right to get any points. Now, if they get 1 part right but not the other, they still get points for showing some of the knowledge. Okay, because I understand this part, I just didn't understand this part, so they still get points. It meets the demands of the new standards for analysis. So it's more than just about providing the right answers, knowing why. Provides evidence of close reading or mathematical processes. So it shows not that the students just know how to guess. They really understand what they're being asked to do. They dive deeper, of course, and the practice side, which I'm going to take you to see. And I talked about science and social studies for 5th and 8th grade. Those types of questions for math, science, and social studies will be field tested. So, writing section. This section requires students to read 2 reading passages, answer a series of questions, 3 response, selected response, that's multiple choice, 2 constructed response, and 1 extended response. And this is a breakdown of points. They get a 7 points. They get 2 points for the constructed response. And they get 1 point for the selected response. And students will have up to 90 minutes to take that assessment. And you will see an example of that in practice. Okay. Okay, so construct the response. On the left side, the way the screen is set up very much like a tablet. So if your children read books on tablets or on other computer sites, reading A to Z, RAS keys, if your kids are doing those things, it works very similar. The passage will be on one side with a scroll bar for the students to scroll up and down. There'll be page indicators at the bottom. So it says, like, for example, this passage is on page 2 of 6. If you click on the right side, it'll go to page 3. If you click on the left side, it'll go back to page 1. Okay? You click on the left side, it'll flip backwards. You click on the right side, it'll click forwards, and the scroll bar is here. Then over here, there's a place for them to type. It gives them a character count, and I talked to 5th graders. I still need to meet the 3rd and 4th grade, but character counts tells them how many characters, letters, spaces, and punctuation they can fit in this box. So I told children the smaller this number is, the less you have to type. So you have to get to the point. You can't be going on and never get to the point because you're going to run out of space, and it's going to stop in the middle of your sentence. If you get to the and you're out, it's going to stop in the middle of the. It's not going to let you type anything else. And if there's a scroll bar here on the side, students can scroll up and down as well. And the students have been practicing this. We've had one simulation, and we'll have about 2 or 3 more for the students to actually get on, practice it, and do that. And then we'll have one statewide simulation where we actually go onto the state site, because this site is just a public site. Anybody can access it. We'll actually go onto the state site where they have to log in with a special username and password and actually practice on the real state site. We'll do that once. And the other simulations will be with the practice site.